What's up, guys? It's Duke back here from SportsGamers.com, and in today's Madden 20 tip, I'm going to be breaking down the best red zone play in the entire game. This is a great tip because we all know, hey, when you get down to the 10 in Madden 20, the passing lanes shrink in really any Madden. And if someone has good run defense, it can be hard to get in the end zone. And this is really important because oftentimes when you're playing someone who's a decent player, a skilled opponent, the red zone is a huge determining factor in who wins the game. You get touchdowns or you held the field goals. Well, I promise you, with this tip, you're never going to be consistently able to be held to field goals again. You're going to get a lot of touchdowns, and it's going to win you a lot of games. So we're in the West Coast playbook. This is one of my favorite playbooks in the game, and probably is my favorite red zone passing play in the whole game, period. And that's out of the gun bunch, mesh post. Mesh post, you're going to want to make sure that when you run it in the red zone, and really in general, you actually want to have the receiver in the bunch. He's going to be on that post route, right? So the outside receiver, if he can be a post flag elite, that's going to be really big because he's going to get a lot better animations on the post, and he's going to hold on to the ball more than just the average player that doesn't have a post, some sort of ability that triggers on a post. Also, we do want the lone receiver running back side of the formation on the short side, and that's kind of going to be explained in a second here, but I want to look at all the common red zone Ds starting with cover 4. Now, before we do go any further, I do want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel. You can click the subscribe button in the corner of the video. And also, make sure if you do, you turn your notifications on, your bell notifications, so you don't miss out and you're notified when our videos go up. We've been doing videos almost every day lately, pretty much daily. Some great content, so you don't want to miss it. And if you're rocking with me, definitely smash that like button as always and show the support. It's been unreal lately. Now, if you guys want more Madden 20 tips in the meantime, you can check out SportsGamers.com. Best offensive, defensive tips and ebooks. Everything I use to dominate year in, year out is on there, guys. I promise you. It's going to help a lot. So, getting back into the play. We're going to look at cover 4 first. Now, the reason why I want my running back side of the formation on the short side is that this running back wheel route is not your regular average hot routed wheel route. It's a special wheel route. It has a cut that's very unique to it that breaks hard. Just works better on the short side. Because of the way it cuts, guys, this is so hard to guard. Even when you man it up, it just cuts so hard that if the coverage is tight, more times than not, you can just lowball it in there and it's going to be a score. So that's basically going to have to manly guarded. We're going to put the lone receiver on the out route to pull the zones to the outside. Now, most people don't blitz in the red zone because, again, tight passing lanes. So why make it easier by blitzing? But if you do need some extra time, you can block the tight end. He's not necessary. The next adjustment we're going to make is to put the hitch or the slot receiver on the hitch. He's going to drop the zones to allow the post to get open, but at the same time, if all the zones drop back on the post, you can throw the hitch. Essentially, this play has two money reads, the running back and the post. Generally, do read the post first and see if they're going to user him, because I know that if they don't user him, no matter what the coverage is, it's going to be a touchdown, basically. And if they do user him, I look at the running back. Last case scenario, like worst case scenario, is the hitch, but 99% of the time I never get there. It's either the running back or basically the post. So I just want to look at the post a few times, like even against cover 4 that's generally known to stop like the back of the end zone animations. It does not. You can throw it like that if they don't use it every time between the safeties, and you can click on and get that aggressive like dive catch animation that's basically they can't animate the defense on. All you do is just hold down the Y button if you're on Xbox, or if you're on PlayStation Triangle. When you click on, you're going to get this every time. You can see the defenders are there, but once you lock in this animation, most of the time they can't do anything about it. Now, the thing is, most people are going to see that and be like, okay, like back in the end zone, I need to guard it. What makes this play so good is that, you have the running back. So if they do happen to guard it with their user, this looks like some tight coverage, but it's really not. You just lowball that wheel route. It's basically unguardable. If you guys look at the replay, you'll see I basically just wait for them to get in that soft spot, and even though there's a lot of defenders there, if you just lowball it, they're not going to react. You can click on a possession, catch it, and hopefully roll into the end zone. But worst case scenario would be down at like the 1 or like half-yard line and just pound it in with a fullback dive or whatever you want to do. But this is super crucial and super effective, guys. It has been a money play and route for me all year long when I'm running this playbook. I love going to this. It's super, 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 super effective, and I know it will be for you guys too. So that's the first way we can beat cover 4 is the post. The second way is the running back wheel. Now you might say, well, what if they man up the running back wheel and then they just use the post? Most of the time, the running back's just going to beat his man. To be quite honest, especially if he's a good receiving running back, he's going to have such a hard break. You guys can see there, he just gets to the inside, and it's just a low ball right on that break, and it's kind of like low ball to the inside too, and they're not going to be able to defend that. It's very consistent and very easy. If they go ahead and use the post, this is what you want to look to every time. I know this might take a little bit of time to get used to. Go to practice mode. I promise you guys, you'll see what I'm talking about. It is super easy and consistent. It's not hard at all to do. You guys can do this very easily, very consistently. So let's cover 4. Cover 2 is another common one, but honestly, it's the last thing you want to do here. It's just really bad coverage. It's never going to have a chance of stopping the post. Never, ever. You do definitely want to lab all these throws, though, because the way you throw them against every different coverage is a little bit slightly different. But I can promise you, cover 2, if they don't use it, the post is GG's in the chat. Like, it does not. Cover 2 is probably the worst way you can try to defend this play, because the post is just that open against cover 2 at so many different levels. It's so easy to throw. I mean, they have no chance of getting any sort of animation on this if they're in cover 2 unless they user it, which again becomes the problem. If you're going to go ahead and user it, whatever, we'll just man this guy up to try to simulate using it, something like this, and then we'll even put this guy we'll put him in some sort of zone too. We'll put that guy that was blitzing over there in zone also, so there's someone else over there. It's not gonna matter. Again, you just wait for him to get to the inside. Doesn't matter if he's in zone, manned up, whatever, man. It's super easy. Super easy. We could look at cover 3 again. Not the most common coverage, but I mean, you do see it here and there. Most people start to go to cover 2 and cover 4 more often in the red zone. From what I've seen, I mean, you do see cover 3 here and there. But again, guys, I don't care what zone it is. Even like the guy's standing right there and I'm lowballing it. And granted, I didn't get in the end zone, but again, you're down at the 1 yard line. So at that point, it's pretty easily just to pound it in. Once you get down to the 1, I mean, it doesn't take much to pound it in, and that's all we're looking for. Now that time, someone shedded immediately. I was just trying to show you that the post beats cover 3 also. It's just a little bit different on the timing of it because you do have the safety in the middle of the field, but you just have to wait for him to kind of clear by that safety so he can't make a play. And then you just click on and get the wide catch animation, dive catch animation, undefendable. Even if they try to play man, that's not going to stop this either. Now, if they do play man, one additional thing I do like to do is just motion this receiver because he gets a little bit more separation when you do that. And you can just throw it a little bit more separation. Easy money. All right. So if you do think they're in man, you actually can motion that receiver out a few steps and snap the ball while he's still in motion. And I feel like he does get a little bit better separation if they are playing man. So as you can see, I mean, these 2 routes are really all you need, but at the same time, if someone's doing something crazy, like drastic, that you're not expecting, like all of a sudden, they're just using the post with like a safety or corner or whatever, and they're just sending the house and you didn't expect it, that's why this hitch comes so in handy, because if they do something like that, just high throw the hitch, or any goofy stuff, high throw the hitch is there, or like a goofy coverage, or whatever you want to call it, something you're not expecting coverage-wise, again, just throw the hitch. I promise you, if they're not paying any attention to the hitch, it's going to get you good yardage. And again, even if you don't score, it'll put you in a situation on the goal line to where you can just pound it in. Last thing is combo coverages. So, combo coverage is essentially one coverage on one side of the field, another coverage on the other. So it's pretty easy to tack. See here. We'll do cover 3 cloud. This is essentially cover 3, but it's just, it's different. It's a 3 deep. It's just a different way of playing a 3 deep. So we'll look at this, and then we'll do like a cover 6 or cover 9 or some sort of weird one. That's a little bit even more out of the ordinary. Again, you guys can see. I mean, it doesn't take much. I could have thrown to him or the running back. I mean, it's just super simple. Let's go find something else we can look at real quick, because I just want to show you guys that no matter what the coverage is, if you guys read this well, you're going to be able to beat this easily. Let's do cover 6 trap. This is a really, out of the blue one that you don't see people use, but, I mean, if someone did, it wouldn't make a difference at all. So, again, we're going to do the same setup, out route the lone receiver, block the tight end, hitch the slot. So, again, I'm pretty much just looking where their user goes. If their user goes to the running back, I go to the post. If the post is guarded by the user, or if the user goes to the post, I just throw to the running back. But again, I mean, it's all day long. Okay? See what I'm saying? It's that simple. It really is. They want to, say they've had enough of that, so they're going to get on this guy. And as soon as they see the post break, they're just going to go run with him. They're going to act like they got the running back, then do that. No, sorry, because as soon as you do that, I'm already there, touchdown. So as you guys can see, when you get your reads down on this play and kind of get your timing down on each of the passes, especially how to split all the coverages up with the post and low ball, the running back wheel route when the coverage is tight, there's nothing they can do because it's literally as simple as locating the user and going to the other player that they're not using, because you can't even man up either of those routes because they'll beat both of them. The only thing is you do want to find like a running back who is decent receiving. He doesn't need to be great. He doesn't need to be like, McCaffrey or Kamara, in real life to just kill everybody. But he does need to be decent because he will get that nice animation off the cut where he gets a little bit of inside positioning on the man-up guy. You can throw the low ball in every time. So that running back could be a decent receiving guy. That would be good as well. So hope you guys enjoyed the tip, man. Smash that like button and show me the love, man. We're going to continue being back with more fire, and I will see y'all soon.